Batman doesn't burn out, and if anyone should be burned out, it's him. He's under pressure every night carrying a city on his back and still somehow stays sharp year after year. So if you're exhausted right now, mentally, emotionally, even when you didn't do that much, something is off. But here's the part nobody tells you. Batman doesn't avoid burnout by being tougher than you. He avoids it because he doesn't leak energy the way you do. Most people think burnout comes from doing too much, but that's not what's killing you. Burnout comes from constant mental friction, non-stop stimulation, and never having a real off switch. In this video, I'm going to break down the exact Batman system that prevents burnout, how he separates his roles, how he runs on missions instead of pressure, how he recovers without guilt, and how you can build the same system as a normal person without turning your life into misery. Let's start with the first reason your brain never shuts down. Principle 1. Batman doesn't live in a constant on state. Bruce Wayne and Batman are not the same role, and more importantly, they are not active at the same time. When Batman is operating, Bruce Wayne doesn't exist. There's no self-reflection mid-mission, no emotional processing while fighting crime, no internal debate about how he feels. The job gets done first, and when the cowl comes off, Batman shuts down completely. That separation is critical, and it's something most people don't have anymore. Burnout happens when you're emotionally processing while trying to perform, when you're judging yourself while acting, when your mind is split between execution and self-analysis. Batman never does that. He acts first, reflects later, and rests without guilt. To apply this, you need clearer transitions in your own life. Start by defining when you are on and when you are off, even if it feels artificial at first. When you work, remove distractions and give your full attention to the task in front of you. When you rest, actually rest. No emails, no planning tomorrow in your head, no low-grade anxiety disguised as productivity. Even creating a small ritual, like a short walk or changing clothes when work ends, helps your brain understand that one mode has ended and another has begun. The more clearly you separate roles, the less energy you bleed throughout the day. Principle 2. Batman is mission-focused, not outcome-obsessed. Most people tie their energy to results they can't fully control. Numbers, timelines, validation, progress markers. That constant evaluation is exhausting because your mind never stops projecting into the future, worrying about whether it's enough, whether it's working, or whether you're falling behind. Batman doesn't operate like that. He doesn't patrol Gotham expecting to fix the city in one night. He doesn't measure success by eliminating crime forever. His focus is much narrower and more controllable. The mission for the night: show up, execute, adapt, disengage, then reset. Burnout happens when your mind never leaves the future. Batman stays grounded because his responsibility is execution, not prediction. For you, this means redefining success on a daily level. Instead of asking whether your life is improving fast enough, ask whether you completed the mission you set for today. A simple way to apply this is to define 1 or 2 non-negotiable tasks per day that represent progress. Once those are done, the day is a success, regardless of how it felt or how impressive it looked. This reduces mental pressure dramatically because your brain knows when it can stand down. You don't burn out from effort, you burn out from never feeling finished. Principle 3. Batman treats recovery as part of the job. Most people see rest as something you earn after the work is done, usually when they're already exhausted or close to breaking. Batman doesn't see it that way. Recovery is built into the system from the start. In the lore, he constantly monitors his physical and mental condition. Injuries are treated early. Fatigue is managed, not ignored. Sleep might be limited, but it's intentional, not chaotic. Burnout happens when recovery is reactive instead of proactive, when you wait until your body forces you to stop. Batman listens early, not because he's soft, but because he's strategic. He understands that pushing through exhaustion feels heroic in the moment, but costs you long-term effectiveness. For you, this means rethinking what recovery actually is. Recovery is not scrolling, binge-watching, or numbing yourself. Those activities often add more noise. Real recovery lowers stimulation. It gives your nervous system a break. That might mean intentional sleep routines, short periods of silence, light movement, or simply sitting without input. If you want to prevent burnout, schedule recovery before you feel like you need it. Treat it as maintenance, not a reward. Principle 4. Batman doesn't negotiate with his emotions. Most people are exhausted not from work, but from constant internal debate. Should I do this? I don't feel like it. What if this fails? Maybe tomorrow would be better. That ongoing negotiation drains energy faster than the task itself. Batman doesn't eliminate legitimate emotions, but he removes their authority during execution. When the mission starts, feelings don't get to decide what happens next. They're acknowledged, but they don't control behavior. This is where rules matter. Rules remove decision fatigue. They conserve mental energy. Burnout happens when every action requires a fresh decision. To apply this, turn repeated decisions into rules. Decide in advance when you train, when you work, and when you rest. When that time comes, you act automatically. No discussion, no weighing pros and cons. And when you fail, which you will, the rule is simple. Resume immediately. No guilt spiral. The fewer negotiations you have with yourself, the more energy you keep. Principle 5. Batman's identity is stable, not performance-based. One of the most important reasons Batman never burns out is that his identity is stable. It doesn't rise and fall with results. Bruce Wayne doesn't wake up questioning who he is based on yesterday's performance. Batman is a constant, a code, a standard that exists independently of outcomes. Most people tie their identity to performance. When things go well, they feel confident and capable. When progress slows or setbacks happen, they start questioning themselves. That emotional volatility is exhausting over time. Batman doesn't ask, "Am I succeeding?" He asks, "Did I uphold the standard?" That shift is subtle but powerful. It anchors identity to behavior, not results. To apply this, define the kind of person you are regardless of mood or outcome. Someone who shows up, someone who finishes what they start, someone who resumes instead of quitting. Then judge yourself only on whether you acted in alignment with that identity today. When your identity is stable, setbacks don't drain you. They become part of the process. Principle 6. Batman designs his life to conserve energy. This is the part almost nobody talks about. He doesn't just manage effort, he minimizes waste. His environment is controlled. His tools are prepared. His routines are predictable. Very little is left to chance. Most people burn out not because they do too much, but because everything in their life creates friction. Too many decisions, too much clutter, too much stimulation. Each one drains a small amount of energy until there's nothing left. Batman eliminates friction so energy can be spent where it matters. For you, this means simplifying where you can, reducing unnecessary decisions, keeping your environment clean and functional, limiting constant input from notifications, news, and social media. Energy saved is energy earned. Burnout decreases not when you add more effort, but when you stop wasting it. Burnout isn't your personality. It's not some permanent flaw in you. It's just what happens when your life has no structure, no separation, and no real recovery system, so your energy leaks out all day and you don't even realize it until you hit that empty, numb feeling. Batman doesn't avoid burnout because he's tougher than you. He avoids it because he's designed his life in a way that doesn't waste his mind. Here's what I want you to do today, literally right after this video. Pick one principle from this and install it immediately. Create a clear on and off mode. Define tomorrow's mission before you sleep, or cut one source of mental friction that's draining you every day. Don't try to rebuild your entire life tonight. Just fix one leak and you'll feel the difference faster than you think. And if you want the next step, click the video on screen right now, because I break down exactly how Batman trains his body and mind to stay dangerous, not to look impressive, but to stay functional under pressure.